Hey everyone on YouTube.com, this is TheKillerNacho once again. I have a battle here with a guy named TheSuperJai, and this is a UU battle, so just changing some stuff up. Anyway, he lives with Empoleon. I lose Aerodactyl, which are both Pokemon that were OU, at least in Gen 4, which is, at least at some point. I think Aerodactyl kind of shifted from UU to OU and back and forth and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to set up Stealth Rocks because that's what this thing does. He goes for a Scald, and that, does a lot of damage, but then I decide to switch because I don't want to, die. But he goes for the Stealth Rocks of his own, which is kind of bad, though, because my Aerodactyl is going to die when it comes to switch in, and that's not good. So I go into Snorlax for some reason. He goes for a Scald again, and I go for a Curse, but then I'm like, why the heck am I doing this? Because you know what? I don't want to take a burn, and eventually he's going to get a burn on the Scald, so I don't want to take that on a Snorlax. And even though the Snorlax is really fat and really awesome, he's not going to take a burn too well. So I'm going to go out into my Love Bug instead, kind of hoping that he does not get the burn this turn, but instead he actually goes for the Roar, so I guess he didn't want me to set up curses and stuff. But anyway, I get roared out into Glen, and I am somewhat of a special wall, and at the same time I don't think I can 1-hit KO this this Empoleon without a bulk up, because like I said, this is a special bulky Gallede. It doesn't have max attack or even close to it, I think. So I'm just going to get one bulk up and then go for a Drain Punch. It's super effective and stabbed, and after a bulk up I am able to I still don't take out the Empoleon. I was so mad. But fortunately for me, he just goes for a Roar and doesn't try to burn me, so that's not so bad. He ends up roaring me into Heracross, which is a pretty nice thing to roar me into, because now I can pretty much revenge kill this thing with anything. This Heracross is actually Choice Scarfed, so I know I'm going to outspeed, and I just go for a Mega Horn, I think, just in case he wanted to go out into a Celebi, which I know he has. But, yeah, he goes out into this Heatmore now, and being that I'm locked into Mega Horn, I have to switch. And this is a pure Fire-type Pokemon, but I have absolutely no idea what it does beyond that, because I've never seen one in a competitive battle yet. But anyway, I'm going to go out into Aerodactyl, which just kind of dies. He's going to stockpile, so I guess this is some kind of, bulky thing. But I do know that I have a bulky Water on this team that should be able to deal with this thing quite nicely. So I go out my fishy Milotic, and Milotic should be able to deal with this thing, obviously, being a water bulky thing. So I go for a Scald, just to see how much it would do. I mean, it's super effective and stabbed, and it kind of looks like it might be a 2-hit KO. He goes for a Body Slam and ends up getting the Parahax, which is actually hilariously a good thing for me because I have Marvel Scale, so that's going to, I think, raise my defense. So that's pretty funny, actually. Knowing that he looks physical because he has Body Slam. I don't know why he would have Body Slam and not be physical. I just go for a Recover to get my... Oh, sorry, no, I just go Dragon Tail to get rid of this thing. I guess because Stealth Rock damage and stuff? I don't know. But I do that. Yeah, okay, sure. So now I'm going to recover against this bird thing, I think. So, yeah. Either way, I do have the Marvel Scale up, so that's pretty nice. He's going to go for a Dark Pulse, which does nothing. And I'm going to recover. So I really don't know what this thing's going to do, and I don't want to let it do it, so I think I'm just going to go for a Dragon Tail again to get rid of it. I fought this thing once before. I know it is quite bulky, so I'm pretty sure Ice Beam won't do a whole lot, which is why I probably go for Ice Beam, actually. Yeah, I do. I remember going for an Ice Beam here. I go for an Ice Beam to see how much it would do, but it ends up going back into Heatmore, and, yeah, that means Heatmore is, almost dead, so that's not so bad. I'm just going to go for a Scald to try to finish this thing, and I have absolutely no idea what it's going to try to do. It goes for a Body Slam, and that does absolutely nothing after Marvel Scale, and I get off a Scald, which is kills the Heatmore, and that's pretty nice because my Milotic is looking pretty ridiculously awesome right now. So I killed the Heatmore. He goes out into Ampharos, which is the thing that I was afraid of because I still obviously can't take a Thunder or a Thunderbolt or whatever. I go out into my Royal Ass, my Nidoqueen, and he goes for a Thunderbolt, which I am immune to because being a ground type, I am immune to such things. And he switched, so I'm going to go for an Earth Power. I'm not really sure what he's going to try to do. I was kind of hoping he'd stay in, but he does not because he's a pretty smart player. He goes out into this Flying Vulture thing again, and I don't know. I think I just go set up some Toxic Spikes because I see Celebi and I don't want to, like, I don't know, Toxic Spikes is always a good thing. I mean, his team is pretty bulky, and if I can get 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, that means Celebi will get 2 layers of Toxic Spikes on him as soon as he switches in, as well as the rest of his Pokemon, aside from this thing, obviously. But anyway, he has Nasty Plot, which is kind of annoying, and Hidden Power Ice, which does nothing because this is bulky Nidoqueen. But that's beyond the point. He has the Nasty Plot, so now I'm kind of afraid of this thing, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I do have the Ice Beam on this Nidoqueen, and it is a Sheer Force Nidoqueen, but at the same time, I don't feel comfortable with those Nasty Plots going up, so I decided to go out into Milotic because I'm pretty sure I could take a +4 Dark Pulse, not too well, but I'm pretty sure I could take it. And I just want to Dragon Tail this thing away, because after 2 Nasty Plots, pretty much anything can do a lot of damage. So hopefully I can do that. He goes for an Air Slash, so I guess he was trying to get a flinch off, but I get Parahack, so it doesn't matter. But look how well I take that. Fishy is a monstrous beast mode, I swear. After 2 Nasty Plots, I mean, it's gonna be a 3-hit KO, I think. So I just hope that I can get a Dragon Tail off this turn, and I do. So that was great for me. I Dragon Tailed that thing the heck away, and he gets Dragon Tailed into Celebi, which gets the 4 poison. It says Specs, so obviously he's not Specs, because why would you name a Celebi Specs when it's Specs? But either way, I just kind of want to like scout what he's going to do, so I decided to stay into Fishy. He goes for a Seed Bomb, which is a physical move, so obviously he's not Specs, and he's going to KO my Milotic, so I guess that's life. And I go out into Heracross now, and I'm Scarf, so I should be able to outspeed. I'm just going to go for a Mega Horn, which is X4 effective, but looking at his team, I know that he doesn't really have anything to take a Mega Horn too well. He goes out into Ampharos, and that's neutral against Mega Horn, and I know Ampharos doesn't have a whole lot of defense. He's more of like a special defense thing, and I destroy him, so that's not so bad. So now he goes out into this bird thing again, and I know this thing's defensive, but after another Stealth Rocket, I'm kind of hoping I can K with Mega Horn since it is neutral. He is dark also. He's dark flying, so it's neutral. But I do not get it, and he goes Air Slash, which is X4 effective. My Love Bug is going to be taken out, so that's kind of blows, but what can you do? But now this thing is definitely low enough. I know I can probably KO with my Royal-ass Nidoqueen with an Ice Beam, so I'm just going to go into it, go for an Ice Beam. He just tries to get damage with Hidden Power Ice, but yeah, he's not that cool, so he doesn't get a whole lot of damage because my Nidoqueen is beast mode, and I go for an Ice Beam, and after the Sheer Force and stuff, I actually get a crit too. I don't know if that mattered, but, well, it wouldn't have mattered in the long run, really, because he would have just gotten another Hidden Power Ice off, probably. Obviously, he couldn't go into Celebi against an Ice Beam either, so yeah, now he goes out into Celebi. He gets the Toxic on him, and I just kind of hope he can't one-hit KO me with anything. He goes for the Zen Headbutt. So actually, I think this thing is actually banded. If I had to guess, I think it's choice banded. Because that thing takes me out, and yeah. That thing is definitely choice banded. Anyway, either banded, I guess it could be Scarf, whatever. Glenn is neutral to Zen Headbutt, so I decided to just go out into it, try to get up a bulk up. And that's what I do. He goes out into his Crocodile as I go for a bulk up, and I really don't think there's anything Crocodile can do to like one-hit KO me after a bulk up. So I'm just going to stay in, go for my Drain Punch, because basically I can basically kill this Crocodile and get all my health back for whatever he does. He goes for a Crunch, which is neutral due to my fighting type, and I just go for a Drain Punch, and that is super effective. And yeah, I'm just going to nom 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 on this Crocodile. Delicious, delicious Crocodile, and I am full health again. And his last Pokemon is, of course, Celebi, but I have the Ice Punch. I think I can survive pretty much anything, no matter what he locks himself into. He goes for a Seed Bomb, which is neutral, and does not kill me. So I just go for the Ice Punch, and that is good game. So, that is a fun match, TheSuperJai, the first UU match I've had in Gen 5, so it's pretty interesting. Yeah, Gallede is pretty awesome. I love Gallede. And some people tell me that I should... Yeah, I think that's what people tell me to call it. I don't know. But anyway, let me think of a good question of the day. Alright, guys, let's talk about tiers. In Gen 5, what is your favorite tier to play? This is my first UU. Normally I play Standard or Roulette, and sometimes Mixed tier, but I'm also trying to get into RU, so right now there is, I think, 3, or actually if you count Uber, 4 tiers. Uber, OU, which is Standard. UU, and RU. What is your favorite tier to play? As for me, I'm still not bored of Standard yet. I mean, I kind of wanted to try out UU, but I think Standard's still probably my favorite tier overall because, I don't know, I just like the feeling I could use anything, even though there are some Pokemon that are unbuyable in Standard, obviously. It's still a blast to play. I find it it's the fastest tier, I think, and it's just a lot of fun to play. But obviously, people have different opinions. Tell me what your favorite tier is to play in Gen 5, and rate, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Alright, peace out, home dog, nizzles, jerks, homies, bitches. Bye!